If you're an ambitious professional working a full-time job and you're at your heaviest weight you've ever been, and you're following all the popular fat loss advice with cutting calories, doing endless amount of cardio, you're skipping your meals, and nothing is working for you, your confidence is tanking, you have no energy levels, and you're even gaining weight, well, the truth is you're doing something very wrong. And in this video, I'll tell you what it is so you can finally lose the weight and keep it off, improve your health, and also just being a very lean, toned, muscular body and have a lot more energy. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel yet, make sure you hit the subscribe button and also turn on the bell to get notified whenever I'm making a new video about weight loss advice. I used these tips to lose 60 pounds in 8 months and kept it off for 12 years, and also helped several men and women lose the weight and keep it off, and I'm so pumped to help you as well. When I was trying to lose weight and following popular weight loss diets like keto diet, Weight Watchers, water fasting, and carnivore diet, it's just a big problem because you really need to have figured out how your maintenance calories are in order to figure out how to maintain your weight. And too many people, they have no fucking clue in regards to how many calories they need, so they are just eating way less than you actually need. And if you are doing that, you are not giving yourself enough energy to sustain your energy levels, because let's imagine that you have a maintenance calories of 2000 calories, and then you need you have been thinking that you need to following weight loss diets just like Weight Watchers where you're eating points. And I'm not so sure about the Weight Watchers, because what I've been telling is that if you're eating a lot of foods that are zero in points, and it's like berries, salads, and you eat that snacking all day, the problem is that it's not very it's very filling, but you're just not getting so many calories in. So you're probably just consuming like 500 or 1000 calories when your maintenance calories is 2000 calories, and that is just not giving yourself enough energy levels to just maintain like a sustainable way to approach your life when you're at work. So if you are just keep being on this way of losing weight, you are just not setting you up for success, because at the end of the day, if you're not able to sustain it over a long period of time, you're not going to lose 1 to 2 pounds a week when you're trying to lose weight. And I always recommend people when they are doing like these diets that instead of 30% of your daily calories to be in calorie deficit, let's imagine that you are in 2000 calories is your maintenance calories, and you're setting like a 30% of calorie deficit. Is too big of a deficit, because you just don't have any energy levels to keep at this level and just maintain it. So I always recommend like 15 or 20%, because that's just a small deficit that you can easily follow. And the reason why you might be wanting to lose weight faster is because you are impatient. And if you are impatient, of course, I feel you with that, because I also used to be very impatient when I was trying to lose weight. I would love to know, what is your biggest takeaway from this video so far? Just comment below and let me know. If you need to figure out your maintenance calories, you need to use a macro calculator where you basically just type in your gender, your age, your height, weight, and also activity levels. And you just need to maintain the weight with what is been given to you. And you shouldn't so much go into that you want to lose a half pound or 1 pound or 2 pounds a week, because you just need to subtract 100 or 200 calories, because that's just easier to estimate how many calories you need to be in a calorie deficit. Because if you are trying to use like 20 or 30%, it's just making it very difficult for you to estimate how much you really need, because at the end of the day, if you are just shooting way too less how many calories you need to be in a deficit, and you are not used to that, it will be very difficult for you to sustain that. So just dropping it 100 or 200 calories and try to follow that meal plan for a long sustainable time. Because if you want to lose weight, you need to sustain that calorie deficit through a long period of time to lose weight from all over your body. And also, if you are trying to figure out how many macros you need and what kind of macros you need to lose weight properly, I always shoot for a high protein diet, because high protein diet, where it's like 40-45% of your daily calories coming from protein, that actually helps you to maintain your weight much faster. Let's imagine that when you're trying to lose weight, you're losing a lot of weight, but if you're also having high protein diet, it also helps you maintain your weight after you've lost the weight. Because I think that too much people, they are just craving a lot of carbs, but the problem with carbs is that if you're only eating fast digestible carbs, you are getting some energy levels, but because it's fast digestible, you're just not getting so much energy, sustainable energy levels throughout the day. So what you're doing is that you're just keep eating faster carb, eat more carbs, and because you want to have that spike of energy, but it's just not long-term sustainable. So I always switch to slow digestible carbs, because that's just easier for you to not feeling hungry all the time, and also increase your fibers to 20 or 40 grams in your day, in your diet. For example, let's imagine that you have a high protein diet and you are eating a lot of protein, but you feel like it's very difficult for you to get all the protein. If you need 200 grams of protein, I always using like high protein from some shakers from my protein, where you are getting at least 60 or 90 grams of protein and 400 grams of skimmed milk, and then I'm just drinking that with, let's say, 200, and I'm eating that, and then I'm also having 200 grams of chicken and also 100 grams of salmon, and of course some slice of whole wheat toast or whole wheat pasta, and some spinach, and it could also be some pasta sauce, because that just makes it easier for you to eat all that if you have just thrown it in like a pasta bowl. And if you're someone who've been struggling with eating all these calories, you don't necessarily always need to eat slow digestible calories, because let's imagine that you need to have 1800 calories to be in a calorie deficit, and when you at the end of the day struggle to eat 500 calories, you can always just make sure that you have eaten like your protein for the day. That could be the macros for the protein, and then you have just the carbs left, so you can just eat 500 calories worth of food. It could be some fast digestible carbs. It could be like a small piece of cake. That's very easy, or 2 muffins. It depends on how many calories there are, but your body doesn't distinguish between like if this is healthy, unhealthy, if this is chicken or if this is some cake. It's just thinking about how many calories you're getting, and if you're getting the right amount of calories, you are going to lose weight. And you should also be aware of, when you're trying to lose weight, that you are going to feel that when you're in a calorie deficit, for example, you're going to burn fat or you're burning muscle. So if you have high protein diets, you're going to burn a lot more fat very fast, like 100 or 200 calories more compared to when you're just solely eating like a carb-based diet, because it just takes a lot more effort for your muscles to burn the calories and also maintaining the weight. So I hope it was great for you guys. I've been told that eating carbs is not good for you, and the reason is that you see that when people are trying to getting rid of the carbs, is that they're losing weight much faster. But the problem is that for every gram of carbs, there's 4 grams of water attached. So whenever you are stripping off all your carbs, you're just losing a bunch of water weight. But if you are trying to eat normal again after you've been on this diet for like a week, you're just getting all the weight back, because you're eating all the carbs that you've been removed, and then you're just getting a lot of the water weight back. So it's just not going to be sustainable. And if you're also someone who is trying to avoid any sugar, it's just not sustainable at all, because a lot of these popular weight loss diets where you're just restricting carbs, like keto diet, or when you're using carnivore diet, you're only eating meat and also reducing all the carbs, it's just not sustainable in the long run. Because at the end of the day, if you're trying to lose weight, you need to do it in a sustainable way. And if you're cutting all the carbs, you're just not getting a lot of energy, because energy is very important for you as an ambitious professional to fulfill your workouts and also your duties as probably a manager who needs to do a lot of presentations. So I hope that you have found value from this video. And if you're someone who are stuck at losing weight and you feel like it impacts your health and also your confidence at work when you're doing presentations, I'd love to talk with you. There's a link in the description, also a link in the comment section, where you can book a call with me and we can talk through how we can create a sustainable plan for you to lose the weight and keep it off so you can improve your health. I look forward to talk with you. Bye.